Hi again, my name is Rebel and I'm the Rebel Reseller, and today I'm going to be doing the first half of my What's Sold for last week, which will be Monday through Thursday, September 26th through the 29th. Sales have been okay, so I'm good. But I got opted into that new listing screen. I think we talked about it on my live the other day. It's like cilantro. You either like it or it tastes like soap. And it tastes like soap. I am not liking it. What normally takes me, an hour and a half to do, 20, 25 listings, I'm not even getting half of that done. So it's just, I don't like the bubbles. I think that's the most tedious part of it, is none of the bubbles that show up are appropriate. So then you got to click and type and click to get the right stuff up there. But it is what it is, right? We've got to get through it. We're all going to use it and we're going to get better at it. But man, this first few days been tough. And I closed out Bonanza. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I got a 0 on Bonanza, and I truly do not believe Bonanza vets these at all, because this time, I've had them before. This time it was on Hershey's, and I saw a post in another Facebook group. Somebody else got it, but she got it for Gund. She got it for IKEA. She got it for a couple of things. So I don't think they're real. And in order for you to not get your eBay account synced, I would have to pre-approve every single listing that I do every single month, because I do end and sell similar. So I closed out my account. Not worth the effort. So let's go. Oh, first thing I wanted to do though before I get going is I wanted to thank everybody who supports my channel by doing the little things. Like Tanya sent me a buy me a coffee, so I really appreciate that, Tanya. And I know lots of you have been clicking on my affiliate links and going into eBay and other platforms, and you don't have to buy anything from me, but once you're in there, I get a small commission on anything that you purchase for the next 24 hours. So, like I say all the time, it's the little things. They all add up. And so I just wanted to say thank you again for all the support and love you guys show me and Robert. First things, we're going to do Mercari and Poshmark, and then eBay. Facebook's dead, although I did sell one thing on there, but not for last week. And I've just not been working on Etsy. Somebody asked me to do a video on cross-listing to Etsy, so it'll be a good time for me to make myself do it, and in the process record it and show you guys just how easy it is to do. Now, of course, I use List Perfectly to cross-list, so I'll be showing you using List Perfectly how to do it. But that's probably, I'll try to remember to do it next week. But that's going to make me get back into Etsy again. All right, so first things first, Mercari. These are Wendy's toys. Pretty sure I picked these up at my online estate sale that I won last year. Got a whole bunch of vintage fast food and advertising toys and stuff. These 3 plush sold on Mercari for $11. Disney, The Rescuers, Bernard Mouse. He's an ornament from McDonald's. I'm pretty sure I picked him up at an estate sale recently. He sold for $4. I'm good. The good thing with Mercari is it's 10% plus their processing. So I know for a fact, like with $5 sale, I make $4.05. So it's not that bad, and like it adds up. It all adds up. These are tie basket beanies. I want to say I bought a bunch, and I ain't even finished listing them all. A bunch of beanies at the Goodwill bins one time because they had their tags. So I just went ahead and grabbed all of them. I had people handing me beanies. Would I do it again? I don't know. Maybe. Some of them sell for decent. This is one of the minis. It's only 3 inches tall. It sold for $4 on Mercari. And I mentioned this before. A lot of times I list low dollar stuff on eBay, thinking that when I find something that goes with it, I can end it, add something to it, bump the price. But it's much easier for me to find an item that's listed, that's been put away, I have a custom SKU, than to try to hunt for something in here, you know? So that's why I do it. I have the space, I have the time. That's what I do. This is Fisher-Price Little People, Sesame Street. He was in the lot that I bought on the Highway 127. I got 4 Berts, and there were different conditions to them, so I went ahead and separated them out. That's why you see the number 2 there. That way, when I list everything on eBay first, eBay doesn't think it's a duplicate listing. I just number them to keep it. But it ended up selling on Mercari for $6. These are my Poshmark sales. I list everything starts on eBay, and then all of my clothing and some of the shoes all get put on Poshmark. I do list other stuff on Poshmark, but that was my first goal, was to get all my clothing listed on eBay and Poshmark. It just works for me. This is apartment 9. I guess that's apartment. I've never thought of it. Is it just app 9? I don't know. I don't know. These are baby boot leg jeans. Sold for $13. This is Chosun Tan Reindeer Plush Large, 24 inches from JCPenney's. It sold for $48 on Poshmark. Love that. I've been putting a lot of my snapbacks on there also. We find lots here, and we usually get them for $1 or less. So I try to pick up any that are relatively clean, easy to picture, easy to store. This one sold on Poshmark for $25. And this is Arctic Circle Kiska the Husky Plush 10 inch. He sold for $22 on Poshmark. Now eBay. Lots to share from eBay. I ain't even going to try to pronounce this. Well, no, I'll try. Bochterspock coffee mug. I'm pretty sure I bought a bunch of this brand and tons of coffee mugs at an estate sale. I want to say they were 4 for $1, but sometimes they're 3 for $1. And then we always go back on half price day and pick up even more. I like coffee mugs. Yes, they're long tail for the most part, but they do sell. And a lot of times the vintage ones that I pick up sell for a decent amount of money. This coffee cup sold for best offer of $20. Groovy Girls. This is from Manhattan Toys. A lot of times I do put them in small lots, but this one was unique. It was the bride, so I listed her separately. $10.75. This is Manhattan Toys. I like that brand, but they don't sell for a whole lot for the most part. There are probably a few exceptions. I may get to Manhattan Toys one of these days as far as one of my brand videos. But usually the ones I find are my bread and butter. This. It sold for $7 best offer. Beanies. These don't even have the paper tags. A lot of times this is probably what happened. I listed them one at a time, found another, ended, and then I ended up with 3. And it ended up selling for best offer of $11. This... Somebody asked a question or a comment in one of my videos, what does long tail mean? Because I do have a lot of plush that are long tail, but not everything is long tail. I put on here, this was listed for 3 days when it sold. Not high dollar, but again, I like Spark Create Imagine, and a lot of these, you know, parents are looking for these. A child gets attached to a small toy. These are easy to grasp, or they're trying to get several in a series. So I don't mind listing stuff low so that a parent can buy the thing that they want without having to buy a lot to get it. So for $6. And again, I don't do free shipping. So, you know, this was with additional for shipping. This is Department 56, Harley Davidson. This was the water tower. I went to a yard sale. I'm thinking I bought like 5 pieces for $25. I'm pretty sure that's what I paid for them. This one, I've already sold, I think 1 or 2 pieces. I think so. But this one sold for $35.95. It's just the water tower for the Snow Village. Lucky brand, women's shirt. A lot of shirts we only pay less than $1 for. Unless it's like really good brands, then we'll pay a little bit more for them. And oftentimes when we go into like thrift stores or at the Goodwill bins, it's, you know, it's by the weight, or at the thrift stores, it's fill a bag. So Robert just went, I think last week, and put 34 jeans into fill a bags, 2 different bags, and he paid $10 for them. So, you know, we get really good deals around here. This Lucky brand shirt, which did still actually have its original tag, sold for $8. Members only, I thought they were a bolo, but we picked up several at an estate sale, and none of them have sold for very high. So I got a $16 offer on this one. I went ahead and accepted it because I'm pretty sure I paid $1 for it at the estate sale. Walmart. Love the vintage Walmart. Love vintage Plush anyway. But this is a cute little lamb. Sheep. All the keywords. Plush. It sold for $18. I am positive in a haul video, I thought this was the Wicked Witch from Snow White. But when I Google lensed it, first of all, it wasn't marked Disney. When I Google lensed it, it said it was like a jester or something. It did have lots of issues. Crazing, did have a crack, which I showed in pictures, and it's in my description. Still sold for $11.66. I'm pretty sure I paid $1 for it at the most. This is Fisher-Price Loving Family. I tend to buy these, I try to find them at yard sales, dollhouse lots, and then I divvy out or make small lots for each of the rooms and sell it that way. A lot of times I might put a mom and dad together if they're from the same year, but I try to list these individually, again, so that somebody who's just needing this figure is able to purchase it without buying a whole bunch of other stuff. He sold for $6.50. Thumper. I'll pick up all things. All things Disney. I love that movie. I remember going to see this movie in the theater. I had to have been really, really young when we lived in Germany. So it had to have been on base because it was in English. But I remember just sobbing. This sold for $11.66. These jeans are, the brand is Vintage America, but they sold for $15.91. Again, we probably have at the most $2 in it, but probably less. Walmart brand. This is a scented bear. Had a strawberry scent. Usually when I buy stuff like this, I have to store them separate, same as Scentsy, because I just don't want that scent permeating all the other Plush. Even though I do store them in their individual bags, even when I pulled this and picked it up, you could still smell that scent. So, you know, I picked them up, but they are a pain for storage because I don't want them with everything else. But it sold for $13.45. I'm pretty sure this came from the huge lot that I'm still working on, just not this week, from Kim. There was a whole bag of just like Olympic type souvenir plush. This was from the London 2012. I guess his name was Winlock. He sold for $11.66. Now, I picked up a huge bag of these. In fact, let's see. There's 5 times 4. There's, yeah, 5 lots of 4, so 20 of them. At an estate sale, I want to say I paid $1 or $2 for the whole bag. Decided to put them in small lots. I called them blow molds, but they're just little, like, plastic baskets of turkeys. Put them in lots of 4. Sent out a best offer of $15. I had been sending out like 20, then 18, sent out 15, and it's sold. So I've still got 4 of them left, but can't beat that. Gonna turn, hopefully, you know, into some big bucks just for my $1 or $2 investment. Kelly Toy Golden Bear 12-inch lying. He sold for $8.96. I pick up a lot of Great Wolf Lodge stuff around here, and also when we go to the Goodwill bins. But I'm pretty sure we have a Great Wolf Lodge in Pigeon Forge, so I think that's why I end up finding it here. This was from 2019. His name was Asimov Cyber Bear. He sold for $13.45. Now, I think 2 of these came from the Highway 127 lot that I bought, and then the first nurse here came from the gift box that Farm Girl Scavenger Noelle sent me. So the buyer did send me offers on both of these, which I accepted, so $16.50 for the 3 figures. Robert picked up some advertising mugs at a yard sale, in fact, I think, no, it's not that one. He was going to do a short on it, but he hasn't yet. That's his new thing. Now he realizes it's not easy doing these videos and talking without stammering and keeping your thoughts going in the right direction. He's learning because, you know, I spend 20-30 minutes talking to you guys, and that 30-second, 45-second thing is taking him days to put together. Hopefully he'll get faster at it. But thank you guys for sending him encouragement when he releases those. He'll get more comfortable with it, but I've put that task on him to do the shorts. But he did show this video Robert did pick these up with a bunch of pharmaceutical mugs that we picked up here recently. They were 50 cents each. When we showed it in a video, Julie did send me a message saying that she was very interested. So as soon as I got it listed, she went ahead and purchased it. So thank you very much, Julie. This Elvis Unforgettable coffee mug sold for $9.95. Okie dokie. Pretty sure I picked up quite like 2 or 3 or 4 of them when we went to a Goodwill recently in another town. I like Okie dokie. I think these are more current, not any of the vintage. But this yellow duck sold for $17.95. I think that day we paid like 99 cents or $1 for each plush. We picked up a box of these. I want to say beginning of the summer. And I planned on doing like individuals like I normally do, but it really wasn't worth listing these for like $5 and all the shipping and everything. So I did go ahead and list the 4 bowls together, and they sold for $14.36. You know, I still have like a snack plate and I think a coffee mug that goes with it. And I want to say we paid like $5 for the whole box. Ugly Sales. I'm not even going to try to pronounce this manufacturer, but look at this monkey. Obviously vintage. Sold for $9. Best offer. Speaking of ugly, this is an ugly doll. This sold for full asking price of $9.95. It wasn't a recent list, so it must have sold right after I did an end and sell similar. I am still doing that almost every day. And I just truly believe it's keeping my listings current. And, you know, you just go in every day. Part of your little thing on your seller hub tells you how many listings are going to roll over that day. And you're not accruing any extra charges as long as you're ending the ones that are about to roll over anyway. But do check your numbers to make sure that you're not going to get more charges, you know, by picking stuff that shouldn't be ending. But it's working. I'm going to keep doing it. This is hydraulic women's jeans. Sold them for best offer of $10. These are Wild Republic. They're those wrist wrap kind of plush animals. I decided to keep the two of them together. They sold for $22.45. This one did not have a manufacturer on the tag, nor did it have a working sound box. I tell you, I still list them even if they're not working. As long as you note it, it shouldn't be an issue. My concern is when I list something that has one of those internal things and then they sit in storage for a while, and then when you go to, they've sold and you go to ship them, you realize they're not working anymore. And I've had that happen. You know, it does happen. It just sits, you know, for months and eventually the battery dies. Luckily, the person that it happened to, I sent them a message and said she didn't care about the sound anyway. She just needed the toy. But this was just a cute Dalmatian. I tell you all the time, the plush that looks like actual animals or actual breeds of dogs do really well for me. This sold for $13.45. All right, this was another order. I think this was a freight forwarder. Love freight forwarders because once it gets to that company, we're done. We're done. You know, it's been delivered. If there's any issues after the fact and the buyer contacts you, you just have to redirect them back to the freight forwarder to deal with it. But this person bought the Dimdaco teddy bear and a Build-A-Bear pink bear plush, paid $16.20 for the two of them. Just plush. Again, if they're cute, I'm going to go ahead and list them. These are just two little monkeys. I think their hands did attach with the V word we're not allowed to say or write. They sold for best offer of $8. This, I believe, came from the gift box from Farm Girl Scavenger Noel. I did have another one listed that I picked up at Highway 127. I think I've sold it already. This one sold for $8.96. I think I bought a bunch of horses, like in a lot, like in a bag lot. And this was in there. I just thought it looked vintage, looked unique. Went ahead and listed it with as many keywords as I possibly could come up with, and it sold relatively quickly for a best offer of $10 for a little 2.5-inch figure. Lilo and Stitch, again, this sold in one day. 6-inch plush, sold for best offer of $10. This sold in 2 days. This is a Dandy Tiger. The hoodie says Jungle Boogie on the hoodie. Sold for full asking price $16.95. And then this sold in 6 days. I think these were also from the large lot that I bought from Kim. I just decided to put all the taggies together. I think I'm going to do it also with some other baby plush. I don't sell a whole lot of baby activity type plush. But now I'm second guessing that because I put all these taggies together, which I do encourage you, if you're going to use the word taggies, every single item has a tag that says taggies on it. I double, triple checked myself on this because there are plush out there that have these little tags on them that aren't taggies. So you cannot use that word. You will get a $0 on it. These, I want to say there's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plush sold for $35.95. Chuggington, I like to pick these up. A lot of times I get them at thrift stores or at the bins, and I just kind of dig and try to get as many of the track pieces as I can. I usually sell the trains separately. I do really well with the trains. They're very popular. Some of them are die cast. I know there are some that are mega blocks too, I believe. But they do have wooden ones. So I usually sell them separately. And then here was a track lot with the risers. It sold for $32. For some reason, all of September, I thought Halloween was at the end of the month. I know better. I have a son that was born the day before Halloween. He ruined a Halloween party I planned on going to. Not really. But in my mind, we were at the end of the month. It was time to start letting Halloween stuff go quickly, just to kind of clear it all out, start fresh for next year. So I got a $20 offer on these Halloween buckets, which I got from the high bid estate sale last year. So I just went ahead and accepted it. I went back and checked the comps. It was probably about right. I had it overpriced based on listing it, earlier in the year. But yeah, the whole month I kept thinking, Halloween. Halloween was almost here. All right, Otagiri. I picked these up at a thrift store earlier in the year. Earlier in the year. I picked up 4 of them, decided to do lots of 2. I picked up 4 of a different color also. I did sell this first set for best offer of $10. Scentsy, just like the other one that was scented. I picked them up. This one did have a scent pack, and I try to keep it away from everything. I got an $11 offer and went ahead and accepted it. Last 2 are my good sales for the week, the Monday through Thursday. This was Captain Underpants. I think I picked this up at a yard sale or something. It's been very recently. I didn't realize who it was till I started looking for it, and then realized it's like an off character. It's not the Captain Underpants. That one doesn't sell very well. But this one, there were high comps, so I kind of matched the high comps. But got a $32 offer on it and decided to go ahead and accept it. So excellent, excellent sale. And then this has been listed a while. I love when there's a character that's also a seasonal plush. This was a Lilo and Stitch holding a little jack-o'-lantern. It is a larger 12-inch plush. I had been sending out like $32 offers. It sold for the sale price of $36.86. So, I encourage you to always send out all of those offers to your watchers. But don't be shocked if it just goes ahead and sells for the price without the offer. I see it very often. All right, I think that's it. I'm turning right around. We're trying to get all these videos together because, we are going to the Prison to Profit conference this weekend. So I want to get my videos lined up, ready to go. And I'm so looking forward to just kind of getting away and not having to think about all the stuff that's not listed. There's a lot still not listed, but I'm working on it. All right, bye.